All right, so we've got, let's close that out. Let's get to this Pearl Davis thing. I've heard of her before, but I never watched her. So I decided to watch this Piers Morgan interview that she did. And I like Piers. I know Piers isn't like a super right-wing or super left-wing guy. I kind of like him for that reason, because he could fight with anybody at any time.
I fell in love with Piers Morgan when he started taking on Meghan Markle. I'm like, finally, someone else is calling this bitch a fraud.
Right? Yeah, he was kind of the first one, and he took heat for it. Like, he lost his job.
Yeah, I think he literally left the U.S. and went back to the U.K. and now broadcasts out of the U.K., if I'm not mistaken.
No, he walked off his U.K. show.
Oh.
Because they were saying, oh, Piers, are you racist for criticizing Meghan Markle? And he went, well, fuck you guys, I'm leaving. And he left. And now everybody's shitting on Meghan Markle, but Piers was the first guy who actually had to take the slings and arrows to do it. And now he interviewed this Pearl Davis, and she is, how anyone is a fan of this person and doesn't see right through it. This is the kind of shit that makes me worry about the average intelligence of the average person. Now, the only thing that makes me feel good is that anybody you talk to on the street in real life will not know who the fuck this person is. And that makes me feel better. But to the people that do know, she has fans, like internet fans, but she has fans, like people who go, yeah, Pearl Davis really tells it like it is. Let me try to reach you if you're a Pearl Davis fan. I know that if I clip this and I put it up on our channel on Rumble or on YouTube or whatever, that you're going to yell at me and say I'm a hater and I'm jealous and this and that. I understand, but try to avoid that impulse, because you know that's not the case. I'm not fighting for the same dollar she is. I'm a tiny, nobody, irrelevant, e-beggar fucking show on the internet. Don't you worry. I'm not coming for Pearl Davis.
I think they are, though.
Like, you are. I'm not in more ways than one.
For her. That's what, because you call them fans. I have a different word. Oh, that's right. This isn't Twitch. Simps.
Yeah.
Simps.
So with this Pearl Davis. Oh, thank you, Marcus Chandler, for the $69.99. Says over the wire. Fuck. Well, there we go. Now we're plus 35 for tomorrow morning's show. Just like that. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Well, I watched this Pearl Davis with Piers Morgan, and I just thought of her fans, and I went, how do they not look at this person and not completely see someone who is remarkably clearly full of shit? Because she's almost smirking while she's talking about this stuff as though she knows it's a gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
But her fans think that she's legit. First of all, if anybody calls themselves the female Andrew Tate, they're a douchebag.
I'm already against you. I don't like Andrew Tate.
Yeah, like Andrew Tate to me is kind of a douche, and he's over the top, and it does seem to be like overcompensation for something, especially the shirt and the cigar and all that. But then to be a copy ripoff Weird Al Yankovic, like who is this Beetleborg bitch that she's going to do this cheap Japanese ripoff of the genuine article?
I don't know. I hear her talking, and it's like, if you don't look at her, you're like, okay, maybe she believes what she's saying. But for me, particularly with the Piers Morgan interview, it's right away where, because he addresses that she's been on his show before.
Right.
As a person who expresses, and again, the female Andrew Tate. So not only do you have a gimmick, you stepped way outside of it to do the thing you're here for. And I don't think she realized that they were going to just lean into her, because when he starts off, she gets kind of like a shock, like, oh, wait a minute. And then she doesn't even get defensive. But yeah, she just kind of, like, she didn't expect to be criticized. She
made a song about Jews, like, why can't you talk about Jews or whatever? And it's like, okay, you're like, you're going for a thing. Like, you're trying to, like, everything she does is like seeing someone else do something and then, oh, let me do, like I said, my, Cyber Samurai, Beetleborgs, VR Troopers, like knockoff of that thing. So
low-level copy.
Nick Fuentes has been going through it for Jew shit again, like I guess this time with Rumble. And so she sees that and she goes, well, I'm going to make like a fun, playful Jewish song. Now, Pearl Davis puts me in a weird spot of like kind of defending Nick Fuentes in a way. At least when Nick Fuentes gets in trouble for something, he's like firing off like heavy shit against Jews. Like, it's, you listen to Nick Fuentes sometimes, you're like, Jesus Christ, kid, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm worried he has people in his basement. Holy
right. And then with Pearl Davis, she goes, oh, I'm going to make like a cutesy song, but it's going to flirt with the Nick Fuentes Jew stuff. And it's like, oh, okay. So you're going to take this guy who's like swinging for the fences and you're going to do a bunt version of it and go, tee-hee-hee, aren't I edgy? It's hard to watch. Let's watch her and Piers Morgan together, and you guys can get an idea of who this chick is.
Pearl Davis is the self-styled anti-feminist influencer who's creating major buzz online.
First of all, red flag. Just that face. Wait. That's crazy girl face.
I mean, again, like I said, she wasn't that bad on that 70s show.
Everybody looks like Laura Prepon today. What the fuck is going on?
Contrarian view. She's appeared in a couple of debates on this show. It's called Uncensored after all. We welcome any honestly held opinions. But this week, she's facing a major backlash for posting a song titled Why Can't We Talk About the Jews, which she dedicated to far-right commentator Nick Fuentes before later deleting it.
Why
that face.
Can't we talk about them without getting kicked off of YouTube? Now, I'm not saying Hitler was a good guy, but I kinda wanna know why. Now there's all these conspiracy theories.
It's the laziness of the grift too that's kind of bugging me. Like, at least this woman makes me compliment shitty grifters. Like, let me compliment Steven Crowder for a second. Steven Crowder leaned so fucking hard into his grift that he destroyed his life. He destroyed his marriage. He wasn't there for his kid's birth. He lost his fucking mind. He grifted so hard. This woman could easily, she could be this, or she could be the singing girl who was texting her fans the nudes or whatever, the Maria sings or whatever, Miranda sings. She could be either of those two things, whichever way the wind is blowing. If you don't think this chick is an algorithm chaser, you're out of your fucking mind. And notice, Johnny, somebody always has to do it first. I'm the female Andrew Tate. I'm writing this song inspired by Nick Fuentes. Do you have any of your own like ideas, or do you just repackage their shit and call it yours?
But again, she's doing something different than them because they're telling their beliefs. She doesn't believe this stuff. She's just saying it so we can have a conversation about how we can't have a conversation about what she's saying.
You see, theirs goes ding, 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 digga, ding, ding. And then hers goes ding, 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 digga, ding, ding, tick, ding, 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 ding. It's those little bitty tings. It's not the same.
No, you just have to buy the rights to the N-word. That's the only way out of this.
Haha, and you'll have to outbid me for it.
And the more they talk, I think maybe they're right. But I can't even listen to the convo.
Well, Pearl joins me now, along with the New York author and founder of End Jew Hatred, Brooke Goldstein, over in the States.
Okay, that's funny. He goes, oh, and by the way, here's Brooke Goldstein from the website fuckyoudyrtygewhater.com. She's going to, I'm guessing these two are going to argue. And here's the problem. Here's why this Brooke Goldstein is going to win, in my opinion. I haven't seen this yet. I watched a little bit. I chased around for clips. I'm like, I hate this chick. I'm done. This Brooke Goldstein is going to destroy her, and I'll tell you why. Brooke Goldstein believes in the shit she's peddling, right or wrong, good or bad, whatever. She believes it. This is her life's work. Pearl Davis doesn't believe in any of this shit. She wants to get views on YouTube, and she's chasing an algorithm. So she's going to get obliterated by this chick.
Oh, and also, irony, an organization called End Jewish Hatred. Because if you've ever seen a group that holds a grudge.
And Jewish hatred. We mean now we'll be talking to you about this every Christmas and Thanksgiving.
You've come on the show a couple of times, right? We've had some spirited debates about feminism and stuff like that, and I thought you've made some good points and it's got lots of traction. Then I wake up the other day and I see this thing that's trending involving you doing this song.
First of all, don't even give this song the credit of like, it was offensive, and it was hack. It was fucking terrible. It was lazy. It was uninspired. She wanted you to be offended by it. She wants Piers Morgan to go on his TV show and go, this was wild, this was crazy, this was offensive. But it wasn't. It was easy. It was hack. It was lazy.
It was remarkably tame. In fact, the only thing that will be more tame will be her justification.
Right.
And I couldn't really believe what I was watching. I didn't know. Why did you find it funny?
Huh?
Did you find it funny? I mean, you know the backlash to it. I mean,
well, that's what I always do. I laugh, and they just let me get away with it. I just go,
I go, and then everyone goes, oh, she's so conservative and different. Oh,
I just want to fuck her.
How do you not see that face and go, oh, this woman's too autistic to be holding like really important positions? Like, there's no way.
She's got a midsection that's not bigger than the upper or the lower, like most of the Midwestern women I've seen. I'd like to plumb that.
Pearl Davis is the reason you shouldn't let homeschool kids out. That's all.
Look, man, she's a niche lady, all right? She's hitting the market for like dollar store Jen Psaki mixed with just a little bit of Wilbur. Like, I mean, because
hey, don't forget the Joseph Goebbels. Oh, wait, you already said Jen Psaki. I apologize.
Yeah,
I wasn't listening.
I mean, I thought she covered a broad spectrum.
Yeah. Hey, so does Pearl. She's a broad on the spectrum. All right, may I? Sorry.
Posted it. Mm-hmm. Why did you do that? Genuine question.
I mean, the point was more about cancel culture and people getting kicked off of social media.
Holy shit, nobody knows about cancel culture. That's amazing. Thank you for raising the awareness of something that people like you haven't shut the fuck up about to excuse why you're not as popular as you think you should be. Well, it's because I'm all canceled and shit. No, it's because you're insane and you don't mean anything you say. Do you know why I'm not as popular as I think I should be? Because I'm not as good as I think I am. Is it that hard for you guys to say that, Pearl? Oh, no, it's cancel culture.
Better than I think.
Yeah, cancel culture. I'm being canceled. No, we're just not as good as we think we are, and that's going to be normal. I mean, you could have 1 million viewers, and you're still going to think you're worth 2.
Yeah, we're not being throttled by YouTube at all.
I mean, we are. But still, I mean, even if we weren't, we wouldn't be. It's not like YouTube throttling us is holding us back from 10,000 people watching at a time. It's maybe costing us a few hundred, in my opinion. Maybe more. Maybe I'm better than I think I am. I don't know. Johnny's looking at me funny. Anyway, let's watch Pearly Things. We can all look at her funny.
Tardation.
Yeah.
The song, it was more about, like, you can't talk about this topic without being canceled by the left and the right. I don't really have a strong opinion either way. It was kind of just like tongue-in-cheek.
That's my problem with her right there in a nutshell. I know you don't believe any of it. I know you're full of shit. But you only say that when you get called out. And you brought this up about her. The minute you get confronted with shit, you go, what? I don't really believe anything. I'm just completely full of shit and was making a goofy song because it was trending. Yeah, but that's not how you pitch yourself to people. You pitch yourself to people, I'm the female Andrew Tate, I'm a bad bitch, I take no prisoners, I tell it like it is. But then when people go, hey, you're telling it like it is was really kind of fucked up. Yeah, but I don't mean any of it, I'm just being silly.
And if you had a brain cell, Toots, the best argument would be, why is it okay for people to commit racist or anti-Semitic acts? And when those end up being people of ethnicities or Jewish people, whatever, oh, I'm just bringing attention. I'm raising awareness. So how is it wrong for me to raise awareness about talking about this stuff causing a problem? I'm just trying to raise awareness. I mean, there's an argument for you. I'm sure she'll levy at any moment.
She's extremely unlikable.
Really expect it to get that crazy. It wasn't dedicated to anyone. I don't know why they say that, but that's not true.
I mean,
because it was after Nick Fuentes got thrown off of Rumble for saying stuff about Jews. Stop it. Just at least be what you are, a phony bag of shit who's dick riding algorithms. That's it. Just be honest.
I don't know why anyone says I was just copying things like a trend. I just totally had this thought randomly on my own and completely came up with this very creative song that I put out there just to ask, a thought-provoking question. And then I realized everyone took it really, really racist. I don't know why anyone would have a problem with a line like, I'm not saying Hitler was a good guy, but I want to know why. And then I laugh.
Yeah.
Fuentes is a white supremacist. He's a Holocaust denier. He said afterwards that you had dropped a diss track on the Jews, which he clearly took to be something which was, mocking Jewish people, talking about, I'm not saying Hitler was a good guy, but I want to know why. What do you want to know why?
Well, it was more like, why can't we talk about it? It wasn't like...
I feel like the science is pretty settled on... I mean, look, we like to make jokes on this show, and obviously we're not a serious show, but like, the science is settled on Adolf Hitler. I mean, we can make our jokes about it, and, we don't really give a shit and take too many things seriously, but nobody really needs to be shown why Hitler wasn't the best dude. God.
She's also saying, like, why can't we talk about it? That wasn't how the song was phrased. You're saying, I'm not saying Hitler's a good guy, but I want to know why. Again, that's a very open question. You could take that as, why can't we talk about it? You could also take it as, why was he motivated to take on this group of people? Like, you can look at it anyway, and that's what it is. You just don't want to get in trouble.
I hate the playing dumb. Yeah, I hate the wanting to be in trouble, like I'm hardcore, I'm anti-cancel culture, but then as soon as you get called out for doing a thing that's on the edge, you go, well, no, that's not, no, I would never, no, deer in the headlights, no. But you're the female
You're a
Andrew
fucking
Tate.
soccer player.
Yeah.
You're like, bring it, and then a wind goes by. Oh, my shoulder. I got hit by a bullet.
I mean, the female Andrew Tate should fucking take no prisoners.
I feel like Andrew Tate should be pissed more than anyone.
Yeah.
Like, female Andrew Tate, bro, she's a complete pussy.
Hitler and the Holocaust, presumably.
I'm a fan of conspiracy theory. Like, people think I'm part of the CIA. There's a whole conspiracy thing online. And, I'm not for, like, silencing it either way. The point of the song isn't, like, I really have an opinion on the matter. It's more, I don't think we should ban people off of social media. So far so that I think it should be illegal to ban anybody off of social media unless they're inciting violence.
Okay, so Miss Freedom, Miss Liberty, and everything else, if you have a private company, you shouldn't be allowed to ban people from it. Look, I've never said that YouTube should be thrown in jail or people who work for YouTube should be thrown in jail for banning people. I just like that we can say that, they are unfair and they are politically motivated. But also, if you own a company, yeah, you get to fuck around and do the shit you like to do. And if we don't like it, we'll broadcast more on Rumble, which, surprising, is exactly what we've started doing. We do more hours on Rumble than we do YouTube because we like their speech thing. But, like, this chick is so out over her skis and this is all such a gimmick that she doesn't even know what the fuck she's talking about. She's like, I don't know. I wasn't really saying anything. I think we should make it illegal to ban people on social media. This is the kid who ran for school president in 3rd grade and promised everyone a juice machine. Shut up.
I mean, banning people on social media is one problem. America isn't online.
Right.
Like, despite the America Online. Yeah. But when you're on the internet, you're not in America. Like I said on my show about this on Sunday, America ends at the screen. So when you're going to your social media thing, once you're onto the screen, you're no longer in America. You don't have this free, like everyone acts, we have the freedom of speech. We need to be able to say what we want. That's not what the internet is.
Yeah.
The point of the song, I'm not really... It was more like tongue-in-cheek.
But just to be clear, what are the conspiracy theories surrounding Hitler, which you feel the more you hear them, the more you're interested in them?
Well, I don't know because I can't hear them.
Huh?
I don't know
the ones that Nick Fuentes.
Well, I wasn't even talking about Nick. I was thinking of Ye, to be honest. I don't know why they put that Nick was the inspiration for that song. I was thinking of Ye.
Stop giggling. You're awful. God, she is dreadful and hard to listen to. You have no convictions. This was all an accident. You weren't supposed to be here.
I don't know why anyone thought I was thinking about Nick. Because you did it on the coattails of Nick getting infamy for this. It's really like you just chased him like an ambulance. And you just went, I want to be part of this.
People like Pearl Davis have made me appreciate honest scoundrels so much. I like them. I like people who are honest about what their gimmick is and what their hustle is. Because people like her are it's painful to watch, man. Because you're just watching someone who wants to have it both ways and they think they're being tricky about it. It's like, you are paper thin see-through. Are you kidding?
You are aware of the big backlash to this and the deep upset from the Jewish community.
I certainly am now. I just posted that song and I woke up and I was like, article. I was like, golly.
Right, but are you sorry?
Crazy. You know,
You made a song about why can't we talk about the Jews, and then said, I want to hear the reasons why Hitler was bad or why he wasn't bad. And then you went golly when you saw it was controversial. Look, I make Jew jokes on this show. I make Nazi jokes on this show. If someone was offended by it or upset by it, I wouldn't sit there and go, golly gee, I can't figure out why.
Yeah, I can't imagine us even doing like jokes like that. I mean, I don't know about that. Speaking of it, after this show, I'm gonna go ahead to Nuremberger's. I'm gonna get like a Luftwaffe sandwich.
Like, we didn't sit there and go, oh, I can't believe people were offended by Nurembergers. We understood why. We just went, hey, guys, if you listen to our show, we've done 900 things more. Like, our defense of ourselves is always, we've done way more horrific things than that. And you didn't call us for
that's
it.
not even the bottom.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I appreciate people being honest about what they are. Because if you're honest about what you are, nobody can attack you for being that thing. Because you've told them it's intentional.
Around. Like, we're making shit up. This is someone who went on, they followed something out, they've got a fan base and an audience. They didn't need to do this. And again, your shtick is the female Andrew Tate. Why are you waging into cancel culture and via talking about Jews? Like, that seems a really weird fork for you.
I made a song called Why Can't You Talk About Jews? So I'm obviously aware that there's controversy about talking about Jews. But yet I was surprised when people thought my song about Jews was controversial. You don't make any fucking sense.
So you thought that A was the inspiration for this, and you didn't realize that what he did, by the way, talking about his thoughts and things, way more convicted and better than you.
Right.
He got completely canceled. He lost money. You didn't think they were even going to react?
Yeah.
My whole point was that cancel culture is wrong. I am not speaking one way or the other about the issues. My question is, why are we canceled for talking about certain topics?
So you would allow Holocaust?
You're not canceled. You were never a thing. Like, you're just a chick with a YouTube channel. You're not canceled.
Deniers.
She needs that victimhood to grow the brand.
Have space on social media to promote Holocaust denial to millions of people. You have 2 million people who subscribe to your YouTube, right?
It's a crime.
That's a big audience of people.
I'm not at 2 million yet. I'd like to be.
Right, but you have a lot of people that follow you on various social media platforms.
Yeah.
You put a video like that up, and there are going to be some impressionable young minds going, hang on, what's Pearl saying? Adolf Hitler? Not saying he's a good guy, but I want to know why. The more conspiracies theories I hear, the more I have to think about it.
But
I took that to mean that you agree with Fuentes.
Why did you cut off the end of the song?
Because he's not going to play a 3-minute fucking song on his show, you dummy. He just played. I hate this chick because she's sitting there and she says she has no convictions, nothing like that. She makes a song she knows is going to be controversial, and Piers isn't telling her she can't do it. He's just like, hey, dummy, you don't know that you're going to catch shit for this? And she's like, what? I'm not doing. I mean, this is every guy who's fought with a girlfriend has met this attitude from Pearl Davis of like, you're clearly
I can hear her triggering you.
Right.
Just
you're clearly doing something, and then when a guy confronts you about it, you go, what? I'm just a little girl. I didn't know that it was doing that.
I had no idea it was wrong.
You're right. Andrew Tate should sue her for gimmick infringement because Andrew Tate looks like a Chad compared to this chick.
The minute you grab somebody's like name who's controversial and you say, I'm a version of that, I'm like, so you just want some smoke. Okay.
Yeah, you know what you've never heard Andrew Tate do when he gets called out on one of his opinions? You've never heard Andrew Tate go, well, I'm not really saying that. I'm not saying, I was just trying. No, he leans the fuck in and he goes for it every time. See, again, this chick is such a bad imitator that I've defended Crowder. I've defended Fuentes. I've defended Andrew Tate. I defended people that I genuinely think suck hard. But she's way worse.
Well, now I want to defend her if she sucks hard.
but we can't even have the conversation.
What is the conversation?
What's the
without
conversation?
Being canceled by the left and the right.
But what
the
is
point is any speech.
No,
I think
it's not any
speech.
It's not any speech. What is the conversation about Hitler?
Yeah, what do you want to have? What do you want to talk about?
Conspiracy theories and the Holocaust that you want to have.
Piers is letting you have the conversation.
I don't want to have any conversation. My lane is feminism. That's what
Well, you're singing about Adolf Hitler.
I don't want to
have a conversation.
Just said, I just want to be able to have the conversation. And Piers is going, look, I'm giving you a forum. I'm not canceling you. What's the conversation? I don't want to have a conversation. Then shut the fuck up.
And why'd you make this song?
Right.
Can I finish?
Yeah, but you are singing about Hitler.
Okay.
So you do want to have that conversation.
I want anybody that wants to speak on social media to be able to speak about what they want to talk about.
Including Holocaust
without
denial.
getting banned. Whatever they want to talk about.
Including Holocaust denial.
If they want to talk about that, as long as they're not inciting violence, I think people...
Of course they're inciting violence. They're inciting a hatred of Jewish people.
Social media is the new town square. Right? You used to be able to go and
she
say
has
your
such
opinions
basic,
in the town
bland
square. Now we have
arguments.
Corporations censoring what can and cannot be said. And I think that's...
Yeah, it's not... That's because it's not the town square. It's what you just said. It's corporations.
Again, you still have the town square. The problem is nobody pays attention to it. That's not the corporation's fault. That's, again, people's fault. This idea that because you have the freedom to say whatever you want when you're standing on the ground, just because now you're doing it through a phone, you deserve the same right. Again, that's not American soil. And plenty of countries didn't have the town square where they could just say whatever they wanted.
I just don't... Like, my whole thing with her, and we'll cut it off there and we'll check out the chat and we'll head out of here. But my whole thing with her, and I don't want to repeat myself over and over, it's that she has no convictions. She wants to ride an algorithm. She wants to be famous for being famous. And then when it comes time to defend the shit she does, she goes, what? I wasn't doing that. What did I do? And she looks crazy. That bothers me too.